We just watched the Rugratz on their map pick show you how to get it done on Overpass. They played one of the best games of North American Counter-Strike we have seen so far here at the DreamHack Masters Winter 2020, and they took it to Triumph, who are now one map away from elimination. One thing I'm going to straight away say here as well, it wasn't just the team performance and the tactical, the power they showed as a unit, it was everyone, not just one player, needed to help them in order to get this win.
Individually, they look good and so you're spot on. I think all players, had rounds where we said to ourselves, okay, that was a nice play. 60 in particular stepped up, in the later stages of the game. So there was a lot of positives to take away here from Rugratz. I do want to say though, the whole foundation for this victory was built up on the T side. They were doing such a good job, clearing out spots, playing methodically and playing slow in a way where it didn't get scary at any point. There's a couple of rounds where they ran down the clock, but you can do that once in a while, and there was a good balance to it. They even lost a couple of rounds where they should have won 100%, and they still won big time. So the T side was sort of the foundation here.
Yeah, it's one of the only time where I feel comfortable standing here and using the word control. It looked like a controlled performance from Rugratz, whereas most of the games have been very chaotic, very back and forth, relying on individuals having crazy clutches. And don't get me wrong, it's nice to see, it's nice to get excited about, but it is one of the first time we see a team that really has no question, no saying in the result. Rugratz, they were the better team on Overpass. Now we move on to Inferno, and this might be a different picture.
This is the thing, right? Yes, we know what the Rugratz could already do on Overpass. Yeah. We weren't so happy with what they managed to achieve against Chaos because it was a very scrappier style of Counter-Strike. Now going to Inferno, though, this is where we see Triumph sit there a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, because we haven't seen Rugratz play Inferno at all. I don't think they have a single map recorded.
They don't.
Yeah, they haven't played it themselves, in an official game. Maybe they've been practicing it. Maybe they are, having it as a sleeper pick against them, and they could actually put up a good fight. But we don't know that. That's pure guessing. So we'll just have to hope the Rugratz can replicate somewhat of a decent individual performance and go toe-to-toe against Triumph.
Indeed. I was just reading the Triumph stats on Inferno, right? And let's start with an easy one. They beat Team 1 twice. Team 1, a team that we've hyped up as one of the favorite in this tournament, they've beat them twice. But then you also have a little bit of Liquid in that list, a little bit of Furia in that list. These are the teams they won. They have beaten on Inferno. So they are no joke. But for Triumph, it's not even about winning the map. It's about making a statement right here. You need to show them that you are the boss on Inferno and move on to a third map. Because as you say, they're 16 rounds away from elimination.
But aren't we a bit scared here for Triumph? Because this doesn't look like the Triumph of old. Those results you're talking to me about is not this same team.
I would be a little bit scared, sure, but when it comes into a map like Inferno, if you just have a decent know-how of how to approach the game and you have a decent amount of team play and synergy in between the players, it can be so tough for Rugratz to break through that defense or break through the T side for that matter. So I still think Triumph are the better team here when it comes to Inferno. They're the favorites, but as I said, we don't know. We can only guess whether or not Rugratz have played Inferno.
See that? No shaking. I'm ready.
You're ready? You believe that it's going to be Triumph all the way still then?
I think that they're going to be a reaction. Because if there isn't, then what am I doing here?
Didn't you say 2-0 coming into this game?
I don't remember. Let's not talk.
Ah, look at this. He's wrong already. Well, Maniac may be wrong for now, but we're going to be kicking it to a break real quick. Then when we come back, we're going into the Flames of Inferno to see if the Rugratz can stand strong in it or not. It's a learning curve for us all. We were very excited by what we saw on the first map from Rugratz, but now we go to Triumph pick, and it is Inferno, where Rugratz have no recorded games. We don't have much information to know of here. We know that they're a pug team, but can you pug your way to success on a map like Inferno? Maybe?
It's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. You said Furia, you said Liquid, you said Team 1. Those are some very capable teams on a map like Inferno. And Triumph, they beat all of them. Sure, what a different lineup, but still decent results.
That to me is the only positive I'm ready to give to Rugratz, right? There has been some lineup change in Triumph's camp, so we don't exactly know how much we can transfer these results and just say this is how they are on Inferno. What I do know is that right now, in terms of stats, Junior is the best Triumph player on Inferno by very far. I feel like we've said it. Rugratz on Overpass, they did an amazing job at negating him, ignoring him, making sure he doesn't have that much impact. He's going to have to create opportunities. I think they need him more than ever.
And this is the problem, though. What I'm seeing from Triumph is some of these players don't have the same confidence levels as they used to, right? Some players are not playing up to par. Not just Junior, but in general, the team does not seem the same because of the changes.
You could say so, but I think we'll be be much wiser on that after Inferno. I think when you're coming into a map where it's your home ground, where it's your map, you know that you're supposed to win, that's when you get a chance to show that confidence. So yeah, sure, if they end up losing right here, I would definitely buy into what you're saying, James, but we could very well be seeing a one-sided game again now coming the way of Triumph. So it's gonna be interesting to see what Rugratz can do here on Inferno. As Maniac said, no recorded maps played on Inferno. And that in itself is not a good sign.
Well, they do get to start on the CT side, and that may be a good sign for Rugratz, unless Triumph's T side shows to be too strong for them, as we start to see a bit of a slow push towards B, and Sheikh Zula is armed with 2 flashes.
He's going to be onto Sexy to realize, and to react rather. Smoke on the ground now. Very quick reaction. He just heard 1 flash. No doubt, no second guessing. He's going to have to close down the side for now. As we can see, Cynic is making the choice not to rotate for the moment, and it could end up being the wrong decision. Triumph now getting ready to go back to B.
Now the attack's surely going to come. More utility being thrown across the top. The nade is pinned and Randy. And Sixty's looking to do some nice damage. And Ryan, he gets absolutely destroyed. Tagged up through the smoke as well. But Sixty, as he sprays and prays, he cannot get the kill. He cannot net himself an advantage in this one. Cynic trying to fight from the top as he gets boosted up. But look at the aggression. Triumph all up in their faces. One by one, everyone falls, and Triumph, well, all that happened was a bit of nade damage and a couple of shots towards them.
Well, this round in itself already gives me a bit of a bad feeling when it comes to Rugratz, right? They had no response whatsoever to whatever they faced right here. They tried to get lucky, right? They tried to get lucky, spamming all their shots with the USP through the smoke, and not a single one of them connected enough. They did a lot of damage with the grenade, they did a lot of damage through the smoke, but there was a lot of body shots. In a USP round like this, you gotta have a course of action for whenever CT spawn gets smoked off. They tried to boost as well, but there was one player taking a fight against 3 others. That was not well played right here. Of course, it's just a pistol round, but already now I'm seeing signs of, you know, lack of comfort when it comes to a map like Inferno.
Triumph starting the best way possible. Shakes it about to be tested. Perfect flash utilized with the Mac-10. 2 quick kills and not much effort into it. B-Wills gave him the perfect opportunity to clean up Banana from start to finish. And now if you're Rugratz, having fully bought into this one, you have to make a decision. Do you keep on your utility, your resources, your weapon, or do you try and fight for it? Cynic somehow toying with the idea of maybe going through that smoke. Maybe a couple of warning shots going through the box, as we can see. It's going to be unfortunate, and he's going to be absolutely chased down by Sheikh Zula. The Ferrari peak with the Mac-10.
Yeah, I love it.
Meow. Meow. Is that a cat or is that a Ferrari? I feel like we're in between a cat and a car.
Yeah, well, maybe a bit of both. Oh. You're a big fan of cats, that I have learned.
I have my moments. I like cars too, though.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
What's your favorite car, Matthew?
I'm not exactly sure we can say brand without any issues here. I like fast cars. Let's put it this way.
Okay. Would it be black, orange?
My car
red?
is white with a black top. A black roof.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay. Sunroof, yeah?
Yep.
Convertible?
Nope.
Okay. I don't give a damn about cars, to be honest.
Cars.
Yeah.
You're a Dane, you bike everywhere.
Exactly. Ooh, I do give a damn about bikes, though. You can get some nice, beautiful looking bikes.
Would you say you give a Dane about bikes?
You got the next round. I'm out.
As long as I have some of these here and there, I'm having a good day. But you know who's not having a good day right now? It's Rugratz. With 3 nades and 2 smokes. Some cleavers as well to play with. They're going to try and make some damage, inflict them upon their opponents. Sheikh Zula again leading the charge with the Mac-10. B-Wills once more being the goalkeeper of all these nades. Only 22 HP left, so that's not too bad. Some warning shots. The situation is quite under control. Triumph seems to have it for the B bomb site right now. That nade is a good idea, done a good execution. Here, catch it.
There we go. Easy for Sheikh. And he continues to do more damage with the Mac-10. He's looking to make some serious bank in back-to-back rounds. He had 3 with it last time. One of his kills in this round at least was with a nade.
A kill is a kill. And it looks good on the scoreboard regardless. This will all can attest to that, right, James? The more kills, the better. Sheikh Zula, he's hunting for him. He wants more. Also good to see Penny going off to a better start than he did on Overpass. I think he finished with 7 or 6 kills in total. Already now at 3, so better, I guess. that on overpass. Good start, and I'm already feeling a little bit uneasy now about Rugratz, right? The fact that they come into Inferno, we have no recorded maps with him. They end up losing the first 3 rounds in a fashion where they're at, what, 2 kills combined or something? 3 maybe?
Listen, let us not jump the gun, right? I know where you're going. I can understand, but after all, it's just a pistol and 2 clean anti-eco
but you hold up that against no reportedly practice on a map like Inferno. You hold that up against Triumph being a really good Inferno team. You know, it doesn't bode well, but sure, if they were to come back here, it'll just be even more impressive. But go ahead.
No, I was just going to say 3 rounds. Yes, I do believe that Triumph are already making a statement that they are more comfortable on the map, and we can definitely see individuals are shining a little bit more, but these have only been 3 rounds. I'm giving Rugratz the benefit of the doubt, and so far they're starting with the 3-man lean towards Banana. Let's see if they actually fight for it, or if they just use their utilities. Doesn't seem like they have made a choice. Deep nade, that's a catch and a half. Junior and B-Wills together suffering a lot of damages. Rugratz not taking the side. That's a huge opening from Penny. Beast would never had a chance. That was too fast.
A shot, a jump, and a bit of a confusion, but he still landed it either way. Fair play. Now when it comes to Triumph, they have this big lead in here. Rugratz looking to...
They wanted to make a game, but I thought they
would. Reposition on it. You see. 60. He's going to be the solo B defender, similar to what we saw in the pistol round. It looks like an A hit's coming in. This is the best chance now for Rugratz. Noise is being made. CJ jumps on down, finds himself in pit.
How can they fight back? How can they do it? Cobra has to make a decision, and so far it seems like he's favoring the B bomb side. They don't know it. We know it's the wrong call. But as we have it, the utility is being deployed. Cynic completely blind. He's going to play behind the box. Hoping for the right time. He does hear the opponents. He doesn't seem to. Penny with a great kill. CJ is fighting back from the pit. 2 kills, but not a third one.
Close.
Trades favoring Triumph.
CJ was looking to lock it down. If he got that third, there was certainly potential for Rugratz to get into this. It's still not over just yet, but 60 already quite low. Cobra needs to come round and work with him. But the positions from Triumph, they look strong. Well, yeah, Rugratz, they give up. No peak found early on. They don't want to stick around for this. A 4th round for Triumph and a good start on their T side here. Rugratz just aren't able to get themselves in a favorable position.
Yeah, we saw the utility being used by Triumph. When they decided to attack that A side, it was really clean. Poor Cynic had absolutely no chance. Couldn't even pull out his gun. No. And by the time he realizes it's already too late, he's got opponent to his left, to his right. And despite Siege's best effort, Triumph will march on towards round number 4. If anything, as you guys were alluding to, they are showing us a completely different phase, more precise, more disciplined, sharp, an impressive face on Inferno.
A scary face, I would say. Maybe not that scary. Not yet, at least. Triumph up to 4 rounds. A decent amount of money in the bank as well. Junior haven't really been needed so far in this game. And I guess, as you said, Matthew coming into the game, he's by far the highest rated player on the map of Inferno. And if you're winning without, having him activated, there's even more to give off. So, no doubt about Rugratz off to a rough start. But as you said, it is still early. And this buy is somewhat decent. There's 2 M4s. Armor on a couple of players, and Deagles, and we've seen what they can do so far. So, Triumph, they'll have to keep the foot on the gas pedal if they really want to make amends for what they did on Overpass. That wasn't looking good, but so far so good here on Inferno.
Penny able to do a nice bit of damage, gives away his position for now. Triumph still more focused towards the A side, a couple of players down towards bottom mid. It's Triumph that have full control in this one, though, once again. Rugratz aren't taking any early peaks, any early aggression.
I'm a little bit uncomfortable with... I was uncomfortable with 60 being completely alone on the B side, and now we see the cavalry absolutely running towards him. That's going to be an execute, and I believe Rugratz have the right timing to fight for it. Cobra, is he going to go through that smoke? He elects not to, but that could be the timing. CJ find the first one with the CC. 60 finding his time behind the smoke. First one is up. Double kill as well. That's actually a team kill from Junior. 60 with positioning, and he's going to do his damnedest. He's tried his hardest to fight back. But 9 HP and 15. Is that too much to ask for, James?
It really could be. Junior's team kill can't haunt him in this round. They haven't got much time. The positions from Rugratz is strong. Penny has no time to get the plant down whatsoever, and the deagle shot comes through. Guns are going to be picked up, and Rugratz grabbed themselves an all-important round, not just for the overall score, but the money they had in the bank on that round. They had not had much invested in it other than the 2 saved M4s. And that flash that came through was perfect.
Oh, that's unlucky right there. Junior, he almost had a lineup with both of them. Unfortunately, he only took down his teammate. And he's back to 0 kills in the game.
That's harsh. Like, I got one. No, you don't.
Well, it still counts. You know, we can...
No, it doesn't.
I'm keeping track of it. I know there's +1. We'll keep in mind.
Yeah.
Okay, every time you say a score, I'm going to say -1 after it.
Good response from Rugratz, though. Penny really has been influential so far here in Inferno. I believe he's already now at more kills 5 rounds into this game than he were on the entirety of Overpass. So, don't know what he did in the break, but whatever he did worked.
You are correct, Sir Jacob.
Yeah?
I'm just going to double check. You are correct.
Thanks. It happens once in a while. B-Will's moving up Banana, and just as we were impressed with Rugratz, you know, taking map control on Overpass together as a team, running by the protocols, so it seems like Triumph they are playing well, they're playing smart, they're flashing for each other, smoking for each other, and so far looking good.
Yeah, Rugratz, they electing the defensive approach. Just now, Cynic is trying to regain some of that map control off the back of the AWP. Rizzo holding long, jiggle peeking, probably hoping for a flash of a teammate to come, but he's doubting, he's thinking, second guessing. Good kill from Cynic, great opening, but the trade comes in instantly, and Penny, he doesn't know it, but he has got an avenue, a boulevard in front of him.
Penny has been hitting the shots they need, but is it going to be enough? He's forced his way in, Ryan's trying to follow up as well, but the strike comes in. Rugratz, they pounce on CJ, he is so good. Crisp, clean aim. Penny all alone, may have found himself a way in, but it was just for himself. The rest of the team could not come forward with him. He's checking out the corners. He wants to ensure he can do some damage, maybe take a gun away from anyone that could be close, but it's not going to work out.
Let's talk about detail for a second right here, because CJ has been Molotov'd in the pit, but no one is looking at him as he's exiting that position. So at the end of the day, he gets 2 kills, but he should have been taken out instantly.
So glad you mentioned that. I was thinking to myself, like, why? You know, they used that Molotov, and like as you said, it hit him, so it forced him out of his position, but no punishment, no nothing for him. He just put himself in an even better position to get 2 kills. So I guess, as per definition, they kind of helped him in that one. Good job by CJ, but I think that's what we've been seeing so far as well. Rugratz as individuals, I think they, as players right now, are more hot to say on the server than the rest.
Elliot always hitting us with the right numbers. 60, 37% headshot against enemy, 100% against his teammate. Only in the head.
Well, 100%
he don't miss.
Is 100%.
It's a good number.
Come from someone who calls himself Jacob, Mr. 100%. Well, I guess you guys call me that.
Now you earned that title on your own. we didn't do anything about it.
Nope. Which makes you a bad friend, but we'll take that later off broadcast, Matthew.
There's only so much we can do.
I would have helped you if you would have said something as stupid as I did, but I'll try not to do it again. Yeah, keep laughing, keep laughing.
I'm trying to think if I could just mute you from here if you go in an event, but I cannot, so you're really on your own.
You can ask Axel if it's possible. Ryan, he doesn't want to get muted, but I do think he wants to do some damage. He's currently on 8 ADR. That's more or less nothing done so far for him, so he needs to step it up a bit. 60, ready with a nade, and that could be sexy. Is it gonna hit? No. That was close though.
He has been hitting the mark with those nades previously. Spamming away, he's got backup from his teammate who's boosted up. Cobra now needs to do some serious damage. Decides to jump down after spraying through the smoke. Didn't really see anyone there. And now he's opened himself up to a world of pain, and Ryan's the one to deliver it. 60 just chipping him up, but can't put him down. Flash is going up. And Triumph, they found their way in with very little to work with, but this is actually a hold they can play off of now.
Absolutely doable. 5v4. 2 sets of Molotovs for the CTs though, so if they use them appropriately, they could give them a couple of kills. It starts with 60 and the AK. White Swing takes out Wills. Junior entry back. 2 quick kills with the Deagle.
Ooh.
Now 2 versus 2. It's all up in the air. Penny hiding towards Pull now, Banana. Shakespeare is going to take the peak, and another one. Great 2 versus 2 being won by Triumph. It could have gone horribly ugly, but I don't know how Junior managed that double kill with the Deagle.
But you could see the lack of communication, right? 60 right there coming in from coils. He was not aware that the player backside was killed. Those are some nice Deagle shots, we gotta say, for Junior. But he was constantly looking towards his right after the player on his right was dead already. So it seemed like nobody from his team told him that the player back 3, as we call it at least, was dead. So 60 hesitating a little bit. Maybe didn't get the information needed, and, you know, lack of cohesion between the team players right there. For Rugratz, that was a good execute by Triumph. They made the best out of almost nothing, as James said, and got themselves to a 5th round. Could have been a turning point for Rugratz, though, our way back into the game. Would have been 4-3 and an eco on the T side, so I think they're quite disheartened by the fact they weren't able to convert that one.
Triumph really on the way for a 3rd potential map. Best start possible. Cynic is going to use that flash to peek, but he's guessing it. Missed shot from Junior, or at least in the back. Still a 2 for 1. As Cynic was taking the attention, poor Kerberu could not make the cut. He got absolutely destroyed early on. And once more, Triumph find themselves in a comfortable position. I say that though. 60 taking matter into his own hands. Penny spotting Rizu, so it's going to be a battle. I don't understand why Rizu just dead, and Penny, unfortunately, putting down by CJ. 2 versus 2, and it's all up in the air.
Shake Sula slowly but surely sneaking around here. CJ doesn't really know where to look, and he's going to be caught off guard in a couple of seconds, and that's going to be it, I think, unless he turns around, unless he can find the first kill. The answer is no, and there we go. Control over the A bomb site is gone for Rugratz, and it's all up to 60 in a 1 versus 2. Sure, 100 HP, but no kit and only 1 Molotov. Kill has to be fast now.
The position is so good for Triumph. That sentry grenade's going to help.
Or not.
Yeah, right after he just avoids it, just walks back just a little bit further. No problem at all. You may as well just save at this point, surely. Or not again.
It's looking good. It is looking good.
You asking a good question right there, Matthew. What was Russo doing?
Sorry, what was that?
Russo in that position?
Rizu.
Yeah, I got a little bit surprised because obviously he spotted there was a little bit of an exchange in terms of fire, and then he probably assumed that Penny would just go back for where he was coming from and stay safe, and he was completely open to that absolute chase, the tank from Penny coming out of Boiler. So I was surprised with that kill. I didn't think that could be an option, and I feel like that was the key moment where the defense completely got destabilized. But Triumph, I feel like they're really good at finding these open kills so far. You know, there's always someone stepping up when it matters the most, delivering with the key kill, and then once they have it, they just go through the motion, they close the clutches, and Rugratz, just as much as they've looked beautiful on Overpass, they are looking lackluster here on Inferno.
They really are looking lackluster on Inferno. They're getting a good amount of utility damage. I can give the positive to them in that, at least, you know. A few well-placed nades. But overall, Triumph, they put themselves in such a nice spot. Penny's been opening up rounds cleanly. And Rugratz aren't really fighting as much as we saw before, right? But they don't have the confidence here. Rizu now takes a pop shot with the Deagle, can't make it connect.
Yeah, that's a good opportunity for Russo, but couldn't quite connect it. Junior, though, finding another one. That's good for him. B-Will is finding another player from Rugratz, and now it's up to Cynic defending this A-bomb side by himself. Nice Deagle shot right here. Again with the Deagle, yeah, you're right, but it's not going to be enough, and 60 left up to himself. He gets another nice kill with the pistols. They're really good with the pistols when it comes to North American Counter-Strike. You can't take that away from them, but
he's going for it. He's going for it. They might be overcompensating just a little bit when it comes to these situations. Let's take whatever you have with you and move on to the next round. But speaking of, I think it is high time for Rugratz to give us a reaction right here. Maybe pushing down mid or having a 4-man lean towards Banana to make sure they actually gain control. They've played quite passively, as you guys were alluding to, not taking that many duels, and as a consequence, I want to say, Triumph, they have so much map control, so many tactical possibilities. You need them to be a little bit more uncomfortable. You need them to be scared in these first few steps because it's been too easy so far.
Sure has.
Oh, there is a reaction here. Double lap setup.
Yeah? You like that?
They're trying. They're trying to retake some map control. They're trying to be a little bit more proactive. And I can only appreciate the idea.
Appreciation is a good thing. I don't get much of it, but when you do, you feel good.
The slow start is certainly working for Triumph. But they continue to get these picks out here. CJ challenging this time, but it's not going to work out. 5v3 sitting repositions. He needs to at least get 2 kills here. But they won't be shot at the same time. He sprays them down. A good effort from him. He's got the backup of his teammate, but they still now need to win these big duels. Cobra's going to have to fight off against Junior as the plant will go down. Triumph still with the edge. Junior with his back turned, but the smoke will give him enough cover. They're going to try and boost on over it. Ooh,
the
big wide swing.
Huge swing, and now it's on to Junior with the AWP. He's got both information, takes the time. Wait a minute, did you just play yourself? He'll adjust to 60 and another one from Junior. I'm not gonna lie, I got a little bit anxious for a second. He tried to play clever and he almost paid the price for it.
He got ice in his veins right there. I don't think I've ever seen anyone like not shoot in that scenario right there. That's meant to be a kill.
The decision, the executive decision not to shoot on the first one.
That's ballsy. That's very ballsy right there. He pulled it off though.
He's like, they don't know I'm here. Yeah. I'll let them know I'm here when I feel like it.
It's like a T-Rex. If I don't move, they don't see me.
We gotta be honest, right? The first shot he pulled off was not an easy one to hit, you know.
No, if he whiffed that, it's game over.
Yeah, without a doubt. That was nice by Junior. Good to see him coming alive. And as we spoke about already, you know, Triumph, they seem to be the better team here in Inferno. There's been a couple of occasions where Rugratz had an opportunity to fight their way back into this game, or at least put a round or 2 more on the board. But at the end of the day, if the one team keeps winning all of them, then you can conclude that they are probably just the better and more well-rounded team when it comes to understanding the dynamics of playing Inferno. Again, slow but sure, taking mid-control, not taking any chances, always playing together. I like to see this. I really do.
It's really controlled by Triumph. I think that's the word we're looking for. They're the better team, tactically speaking. Individually, they find these kills. So they're just basically going through the protocols. Dotting the T and crossing the I. All the way around. I'll get it one. One day I'll be right with it. Meanwhile, Cobra with the Max 7. He got us excited for a second, but that was not enough.
3 times he's had the Max 7.
Good nade, or is it? Nope, just waiting for half a second. And now Triumph making their way onto the B-bomb side. Good flash, Cynic going through with the 5-7. That's one. The second one through the smoke. He's escaping. Rizu now with the Deagle, first kill. Picking up the AK, but Penny's too quick on the cleanup crew. And he almost clutches it. Junior from 4-4 to 10-4. He's now the hero that we needed, not the one we deserved.
That round, no one deserved that round. That was so sloppy, it was so messy. Triumph now up 9-2 though. How do you even try and make sense of that? That was just, everywhere we went, it was a dead body.
Don't ask me, mate. I'm still here trying to cross my T's and dot my I's. That's what I'm supposed to say. Damn it. I have it right on
Brush your T's and dot your I's.
Yes, brush my teeth. Yeah, you got to do that. You definitely have to brush your teeth. And Sheikh Zula is going in with the AK. Good trading from Kobru. But Junior spikes in, swoops in with the AWP. Trading, and just like that, it seems like the round is over, Jacob. Or is it?
Not quite yet. Not quite yet. It is a 2 versus a 3, and the retake is coming in, and there's a kid on CJ, the king, so definitely an opportunity right here for the CT side. But this setup is going to be good. Junior in a good position to get a kill. It's completely fast. Takes the bait though, and there we go, Ryan. Now in a good position. He's probably going to get a free kill right here. That's it, Ryan. If you get one more, that'll be nice for your teammate. You cannot. Now Junior will have to do it again. 1 versus 2 with the AWP. We've seen it done it once already. And now he has to do it again. Both players walking in towards him. Hitting the first shot. Not killing though. And the second one coming in from Junior. First one is tagged up by Junior. Has to space through the smoke. No, goes for the knife kill. Can't find it. Or what? No. But he leaves the bomb. CJ, that is. Okay then. Another good round, James.
Allow me to be a Debbie Downer for a second, right here, because
Oh,
CJ
God.
pulling out of that ball.
Why?
At this point in time, you have basically accepted that you're going to lose the round.
You may as well just stick it. Just
That is
stick
the only
it.
way. That's the only way you're going to win the round. Maybe you might get knifed and everyone will have a good laugh, but it's the only way you can defuse. It's the only way you can win.
It confused me so much that he didn't hit him with the knife, and I was like, well, surely he's on the bomb right now.
No, he's not.
Him, but CJ just ran away all of a sudden. So
Jacob had the most genuine no possible.
Boys, you're making an error here. You're trying to look for logic, but it doesn't exist.
well, they've shown us logic on overpass, so not quite sure why that's not being displayed anymore. Ryan finding a kill towards apartments. Another kill is being picked up towards middle. And now we got ourselves in a 3 versus 4. The last couple of rounds have been scrappy.
Oh my god.
And another one.
After you, sir. After you. No, I insist. Frizu now in a good position. That's the bomb. But does he realize he's got someone else behind him? Flank on flank on flank. Probably doesn't. Shake. It's going to make easy work of him. Now a 2 versus 3. But Ryan has such a forward position. Are they aware of the risk? 60 going through the Molotov. Is going to find the bomb for the second time. And Ryan left wondering, why did you not join me earlier? He's had the sight for a good 12 to 20 seconds. And now he's trying to find kills, trying to isolate as many duels as he can. But will they give that to him? First kill, well adjustment onto 60. Finding a second. He seems to be aware of the risk, but Cynic is too quick. Third round for Rugratz. It's not pretty, it's not clean, but it's a round on the board nevertheless.
This has been the wildest Inferno I have seen in a long time.
Hold your horses on that one. I feel you're spot on if you take in the last 4 rounds. Sure, that's been a bit of a mess back and forth. But up until that point, it was actually Triumph, being in great control, playing some good Counter-Strike, and it seems like whatever Rugratz have done the last couple of rounds, that have really shaken, Triumph.
I wasn't on about Triumph. I was on about Rugratz.
In that case. Well, sorry.
Like, we've seen 3 Mag 7 attempts, right?
Okay, yeah. 0
kills from Cobra on it. It's like he'd just kind of given up on trying to play it smart. These are people that were capable with good pistols and deagles. Like, where's any sort of setup on the CT when you're on an anti-eco for them to do something? They're lacking this, like, plan of any sort to fire back against Triumph. What did we see when it came to Overpass? What did we see in the game previous to this? At least they were attempting stuff. It's like they want to bow out on Inferno. I know you said they haven't played it, but bloody hell, I can play Inferno. Anyone can play Inferno.
But when you play against a good team, it is so tough to play Inferno. I've said it many times. People think Inferno is another version of Dust 2 in the sense that everyone can play it, as you said, and everyone does play Inferno individually to a somewhat high level. But if you're facing a team like Triumph, who are taking map control together, who are staying together, who are playing in pairs, well, individually speaking, you can be as good as you want to on Inferno, but you can't do it by yourself. You need backup, you need smokes, you need flashes, and that whole synergy is non-existent when it comes to Rugratz right now, and I think that's why they're struggling so much.
Lack of team setup, then.
Exactly, and inevitably, that is probably lack of practice, as we spoke about coming into it. But you're spot on, you're seeing what you want to see here, and you're seeing a team that is just not feeling comfortable.
No, that's it. It's just awkward for them, I think, at this point. What did they ban out? Why did they not ban Inferno if they've never played it?
Give me a second. They had to ban Dust 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the situation.
Yeah.
They had to ban Dust 2. They would have been punished on it anyway. So when it comes to map pool, they were on the back foot. But I'll still put it out there. It could be a potential 5 rounds for Rugratz. They are facing Glocks right here.
That's the game on, yeah.
You make it to 5. You win a, I don't know, let's say a clutch in the pistol round, and then you just play the very fast-paced, one-dimensional type of Counter-Strike. You push Triumph out of their comfort zone, and I could see it happening. I think an upset still on the cards for Rugratz. They just absolutely need to win these last 2 rounds.
Okay, so it's all on these 2 rounds. This one should be the easiest of the 2 to grab.
Follow me in my world of unicorns, where everything is possible.
You're a beautiful unicorn maniac.
Thank you.
That's it.
That could be it as well. 60 does go down, but Cobra spraying him out. B-Wheels has made it forward, but he won't get the element surprise on anyone. Cynic ready and waiting for him. The 4th round has been put on the board. Junior may struggle to get an AWP. I don't think, no one can buy an AWP on here for him. Oh, we do. Okay, who went for them? I can't do maths.
Nope. Doing math live on stream is a bad idea.
Just don't do it. Just don't do it.
Take it for someone who knows. Junior on the AWP, though. Going up against Cobra potentially later in the round. Ooh, there's a duel to be had in middle. The 2 between Junior, Cobra. There's a player pushed down middle as well, and Penny getting caught off guard by Cynic. Nice, and I think you
That's
said
what I
it
wanted
pretty
to see.
Yeah, you want to see the aggression coming in, right?
Yeah, but now the question becomes, how do you escape? How do you keep that advantage? Because now already a 4 versus 4. The B-bomb side has fun, as you pointed out, Jacob and Triumph. They could just not care about this aggression towards mid. They could just take the side. They have the bomb with them. So now they're very happy to just leave one lurker behind and do good on that side.
Oh, that was close, Cobra.
Plant the bomb, will you?
They're being cautious. They're checking the full site, Jacob.
All right. Ooh. Okay.
Oh my
One more.
god. Oh
Whoa.
my god. B-Wheels, I'm surprised you stuck around for the second shot to come through. Brian's in a good spot as well.
He's got to hurt. He's got to hear it. So he could probably make his way back towards Banana. Cobra now trying to make some magic with the AWP. Good start from Mizu.
They're doing it.
2v4. Junior and Ryan both behind that smoke. Good start from Junior. A second one at the edge of that smoke. And time is getting precious. Time is getting scarce. Junior again for a potential clutch. Whipping in with the AWP. Not able to with just the right round as I was talking about.
10-5. This time it's in Triumph's favor on their map pick. We've got a repeat of overpassing what Rugratz done, but have they done enough to get a 2-0? Or will we be seeing a third? We'll find out after the break.
again.
Inferno on the T side delivered for Triumph in a massive way. Rugratz, they didn't have the protocols, they didn't have the system in place on their CT side, but maybe on their T side they could have done enough. Maniac, you told me 5 could be the magic number, could be the sweet spot for Rugratz. Well, it wasn't for Triumph on Overpass, but that wasn't their map pick. Can Rugratz really pull this off?
It is a question, James. What I know is that we have two maps that look absolutely mirrored so far. Basically, whoever picked it looked extremely strong on their T side. They clearly had the savoir-faire, the protocol, they had everything.
Ooh, hello.
Now, Triumph starting the best way possible. Finding a key on Ryan, but the exchange is quite click. B-Wills, accompanied by Shakespeare towards middle. The Glocks will reign supreme. Now, Junior trying to close this round. Cynic is in 1 versus 2. He's got two opponents very close to him, but he's going to get the bomb down anyway because he realized how close the danger is. He's just going to make it out of dodge. Peeking again with the Glock. No. And now he's playing the game. Can't touch me, can't touch this. He's going in with the Glock. The duel is out there. He's
on the bomb. He's on the bomb.
He's got to go for it. Does he do it in time?
Oh!
The defuse come through from Triumph.
No.
Heartbreaking.
Oh, he was so disappointed as well. You saw him, the frustration. He did everything right. He backed away just in the nick of time.
I think he needs a monster.
How weak are you? That attempt at opening the cab was so slow.
I'm just taking my time, man. You gotta enjoy the moment.
It was like,
I'm taking my time.
that is Monster supporting Maniac from start to finish.
We
Keeping him
appreciate
alive.
that at night. We do.
Yeah, we do. It's the only way you would get through all of this.
We also have a good time together. And I hope people are having a good time listening to us talking about Counter-Strike. Because it's been a learning curve. It's been a great experience. And I'm ready for more.
Do you know what? I feel like for observers right now, I feel their pain watching this. Because it's so hard to understand what's going to happen next in an NA game. Who's going to pop next?
It's been unpredictable at times.
Yeah.
But I will say, though, today, games have been more organized.
Definitely. We're looking better. At least on the winning team side or the map pick team side, you know?
Indeed. It's look a bit more structured. I haven't really been that much confused on these two maps, at least.
You say it though, I'm still baffled what CT side Rugratz was doing. Like,
it was just a little bit too passive, right?
There was no fight in them.
I know, and sometimes maybe a bad idea is better than no idea. You know what I mean? If you don't really know how to approach the scenario, then just try and do something. We saw them at the very end trying to push down mid.
Yeah, it was starting to look better. It took them a long time. Yeah.
And now,
I'm glad we got the same opinion.
Rugratz with that Soul AK, already a lot of damage onto B-Will. A little bit late on the flash peek. He's got too many targets to choose from. And Ryan alone with the FAMAS. First kill is good for one. And now he's hiding very low HP. He's going to get taken down. And I just realized now Triumph had made the choice to leave only 2 players on that A side. They could actually fall victim to that one-man army.
Yeah, this could be a problem for him. Though Junior, Penny, and Sheikh Zulu will have other ideas. Flash smoke and 2 instead grenades for them to push on into. This is workable. Smoke goes down, instead of grenade firing off, trying to push him out of position. CJ can avoid it for now. Going to put himself up on the box. Ready for the first player to come through, but he ducks in time, expecting the flash to come up, but he gets absolutely destroyed. They've still got 1 player to find, but realistically, Penny didn't have the time. Rugratz pull it off, and that A hit comes through.
Nice execute coming in towards the bomb site. Overrunning. Triumph a little bit, and as Matthew said, not quite sure why they left it that open, especially when you're playing 1 by 1 right here. There's 1 player in pit and 1 player towards big pit or whatever you call it, and there was no real synergy between the 2 CT players.
They flashed for each other, but it was a little bit too hard for B-Will.
Yeah. It's like you get 2 kills there, and that's enough, right? But 1 kill and 1 death is not even enough, and he got nothing, so not quite sure why, but bit of an opportunity for Rugratz. That's a good nade towards Ryan, and again we see Triumph. They force up right here. If Rugratz can win this one, we have a game on our hands.
Told you, boys. I told you we could have a game on our hands, and it starts with this one-man army. The successful mission for Rugratz. Now, only 5 rounds behind, and I use only in a very liberal way, because we know that it could actually be a huge difference. But one can only dream. You can only take it 1 round at a time.
In Counter-Strike time, 5 rounds doesn't seem so much. When you're playing it, when you're in the server, oh boy. It's a long, old road ahead of him. Cynic, for me, has been consistently so good for Rugratz. Can he help them pull it back on this T side? As Ryan, he's up high. He wants to...
Look at that information he's got.
Yeah, he's heard everything go down. Does he believe they've completely backed away? As Rizzu, he's found B-Wills, and the nice Deagle shot landed. Of course it's a Deagle. Of course it's a North American player popping heads with it. It's what we've come to know and what we've come to love. As Cynic, He wants to play the wraparound. Oh!
Wow. The information is out there.
There you go.
So
Good.
pounce. Rizu. Sheikh Zulu is out of the fight, stuck behind that smoke, and I do believe that Rugratz just avoided a massive trap. The second the bombs hit the floor, we start wondering, is that it? Is that going to be the chaos? Is that going to be the disarray? But a good timing.
Oh, la disarray.
Disarray? Is that a good word, right?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I
I'm
like
trying.
that.
I have to take risks.
I just wanted to just say it in a French accent.
I have decided that if I ever will have such a deep vocabulary as I want to, I have to take risks and I have to use wrong words at times. But if you always stick to the only word you know, then you basically swim in circle, right?
I did that for ages because, like, I'm obviously not at all well educated. Where you come from, where I'm from, plenty of us dummies. We didn't have money for good education, but I've been trying to read more books, trying to add a few more words to it. Spice it up a little bit, and it helps, makes you feel good.
What are you reading, James?
I'm reading a lot of autobiographies, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sometimes I get so frustrated because in French, I like to use precise words and like nuanced words in a way. And when I'm translating to English, I can't really connect it.
But also, a lot of like French to English ends up a bit mixed up anyway. Like trying to do a direct translation of some of that is incredibly hard.
Because of idioms, it's so hard for me to nail it. And it sometimes ends up being funny because I just translate it straight from French and it doesn't make any sense.
You should try Danish. Complete different ballpark win, boys.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Oh no.
I had one that said, so do you know what it means if I say, when the cat's not here, the mice are dancing? Do you know what it means?
No.
In French, that would be the translation of, if the guardian isn't here, then everyone's having fun. When the parents aren't home, the kids are having fun.
Okay.
That would be our literal translation. When the cat's not here, the mice are dancing. So we say in French.
It makes sense, though.
I get it. Yeah, I get it now. You've explained it, sure.
On le chat n'est pas là, les souris dansent.
See, it just sounds so much better, doesn't it? Yeah. In English, it's just like, okay. When you say it in French, it's like, ooh la la.
Ooh la la.
Honestly, I could go gay for a French guy, I think.
Interesting choice.
Just say it. Just the accent does it alone.
You're absolutely free to love whoever you want to love, James.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
And now we are back in the game, and it's going to be the gun round for Triumph. Jacob, do we believe in a potential comeback from Rugratz?
If they win this one, and if they do it in a rather convincingly way, if they do it, by playing together and not necessarily just getting another scrappy round onto their name, I'd say yes, I do believe we can have a competitive game on our hands. If they were to lose, though, I still think Triumph have been far better on Inferno. I say that, and I don't know what B was up to right here, but that's a good start for the Rugratz. Junior as well will have to try to fight by himself. No backup, no nothing, and there we go.
That's it.
That is the convincing round I was talking about.
Were they trying to pinch bottom mid by going like the B pressure and mid pressure at one time? Because that really didn't work out. Rugratz were far too quick on it. And look, they're in the site. They've got full control. Triumph
that round is over.
Yeah, it's
They're
done.
absolutely saving. And what's getting me a little bit worried for Triumph is that the one-man army that Rugratz won had a very similar structure to that one. 2 players only for Triumph on the A side, being a little bit too eager for fight, and then dying early on, and it's over. That's it. When you have that lean towards the B-bomb side and you have 2 players only towards A, they have to be safe in the first 10 to 15 seconds, 20 even, to give time for that rotation to come back. So it's getting a bit scary.
They're desperately trying to hang on to their weapons here. Ryan hears the footsteps around him. Easy trade out though. And this is worth it for Rugratz. Penny can't even stay alive either. All guns taken out of their hands. Rugratz are going to be oh so pleased with that. Yeah, look. The incendiary grenade went out. They picked up all the kills. And there was no pinch for Triumph to attempt. And if they want, they can do a force into this. They're going to get some pistols alongside, a couple of smokes as well. But if you're Rugratz, just play slow now, sit back a bit.
Yeah, I'll even add another layer to it if you're Triumph, right? We know, and if we know that Rugratz have not played Inferno too much, then obviously that information is out there. If you're Triumph, maybe try and force them do the long game. Play the executes, play the late scenario, use your smokes, block the first 20 to 30 seconds of the round. I feel like Triumph are allowing Rugratz some of these duels, who then open up the round.
100% agree with you. There's no need to force the issue, I guess is the term that I would put on this one. But so far, Rugratz have been successfully punishing that. And this round, of course, is a round that should go their way as well. P250 all over the board. Single smoke on Shake Shula, and that's it. Don't think they're going to be able to take away this one. Cobro trying to go for the duel towards long. Uzu as well coming out of Palace, and this should be easy. 2 players to find that.
They're not checking the spot though. Junior can wait. Oh, the turn!
You were saying?
So unlucky. First player wasn't going to have a look. Then he looks after.
It is unfair. I know.
I'm
laughing because I should have said exactly the same.
Take your shot. Go on, Maniac.
It's okay. It's okay. I'd have said exactly the same thing, but once the first wave of kills arrived at shore, they actually made sure to check that box, that pesky box that has turned around so many rounds. And gentlemen, let me take you back in time when Triumph were up 10-5, being absolutely in control. And now it is actually Rugratz, only 1 round away with, let me see, 3 players in 5-digit when it comes to the moolah, the money. They have it all. They're flush. They got the dollar.
Oh no!
Wait a minute.
Who tagged him? His teammate tagged him.
Shoot Penny.
No way.
Was it the nade time at the same exact moment?
I need to see that again. That definitely looked like it.
It's happening again. Triumph are playing with that 2A-men setup. Rugratz taking Rafter controls. Hopefully for them, Ryan will be there in time. I think that's going to be the case. But I'm getting nervous.
Yeah, I'd get nervous as well.
A smoke is going to put him out of the round, and that's it, right? If they smoke, and they do, here we go. Now there's only 2 players to defend the A-bomb site.
It goes down. They just avoid it. Doesn't do any damage to him.
This could be
he
dangerous.
sprays through it. But Penny's in a nice spot. He needs to get at least 2 kills here, though. Rugratz, they're spending a lot of time in this position. It could get awkward for him. The setup isn't so bad for Triumph. They just need to land those shots. Ryan, he's hiding, but he's been spotted. He tries to fight it. It's not going to work. Penny might be able to strike from Library, and he gets one, but he's instantly put on the ground. This is not what they wanted. And Rizu's position, he hears what's going on. He passed over the information. He tags off B-Wheels, but can't quite frag him up.
They come back. They double back to A now, James.
Oh, wow. Oh, huge. So much damage by Rizu. Triumph, it's all falling apart for them. They can't catch a break, and they're probably going to save. This got exciting out of nowhere. I didn't think Rugratz were even going to put up a fight.
I'm loving what I see for Rugratz. I have to be honest. I like what I see from Rugratz. I do. I do. Look, they're playing a simple type Counter-Strike, but in that round, you could see how they basically identify the situation. They put some pressure on A. They know they've taken a lot of time, so they know there's going to be some kind of rotation. And when they do, they isolate Ryan to a CT spawn. They push towards CT spawn. They give time to Rizu to pounce back from apps. And when he does, they double back to A. So they've basically outmoved the entire defense. We're talking about a team that had no map on the records for Inferno, but they seem to be the experts right now. They seem to be in control.
They definitely seem to have done their research on how Triumph like to play it. I think that's the key thing here. You keep mentioning about the 3 towards B.
Indeed.
Quick rotate over. Let's see. Oh, no. Oh, no, it is. It was unfortunate.
Biggest anime betrayal.
So he's team killed someone and now shot him in the back, but it was kind of his teammate's fault. Just bad positioning and communication from these guys. And mistakes were made. Yeah.
Mistakes were made, but you cannot make many more in this game if you're Triumph. Let's not forget that Rugratz, they won the first map, and if they win here, Triumph are out, and they'll be out in the last place, and that would be pretty surprisingly, right? We expected them to go far in this tournament. I think playoff is the least we could have expected, but Sexy, he wants to move on in this tournament, gets the first kill, moves in towards this B-bomb side. There's another player to find, and they're gonna clear and check everything. He is currently hiding, but he will be spotted out now, or no?
Oh!
Okay.
He was checking everything and then just forgot about the back of the site.
Yeah, that's a bit odd.
Penny's been given a free kill. No one's there to trade just yet. Damage being done as well. He taps up Cynic quite nicely. He can force him away, but actually, look, we still got 2 players off towards A. This isn't going to be working out for him. They're trading it really effectively again. Junior's the only one left alive. There's still 3 up for Rugratz, and Junior, he can't even get involved in this party. Cynic will give him a kill, but he's still got to pull off a 1v2, and he has no information as to where the rest of the Rugrats are.
I don't like to use the word impossible, but I will go with unlikely on this one. Junior, not liking his odds. And a matter of fact, he is saving. I am so surprised to see Triumph being impatient in these rounds, peeking for information, just as if they needed to know what was happening, just as if they didn't believe in their system to be able to absorb the first wave of attack. So many times we see Rugratz punishing them, just peeking, looking at, is there someone in there? And then they die. And suddenly Rugratz, who were down 5 to 10, are now in the lead. Jacob was talking about it. It is elimination on the line. And Triumph have now a tough task ahead.
Triumph for doing anything but that.
What do you do with your Triumph? Like, what is...
Rugratz. 60 has 480 utility damage on this map so far. Not bad, 60, on top of hitting some pretty damn good shots.
Yeah, that's some glaive stats right there. He was having quite a lot of utility damage in his game against G2 on Inferno. Glaive that was, I believe. Triumph, what do you do here? Like, nothing has been working for you so far. The aggressive plays have been shut down. The defensive plays haven't really worked either.
Well,
what do you do?
You said the defensive play hasn't really worked out.
Tried?
I don't feel like we have seen a normal 3-2 setup from Triumph. We haven't seen that quite yet. They have leaned heavily towards the B-bomb side, and when they've done it, they either gave away the first kill and then out-rotated themselves, or completely died. So I would like to see Triumph with a absolutely basic, but that is not their ID, and once again it's not going to pan out. 60 finding another opening kill. His numbers might not be too high, but his impact is massive.
Impact certainly could be more massive if he picks up another kill here, but this time around, he isn't able to get it done. The smoke wasn't fully there covering them. Though Triumph still have the numbers up here at B, and Rugratz, they get their skates on. They're heading elsewhere. They want to challenge the A site.
He's alone.
Oh no, B Wills. Maybe he can hide, but no, the flames come out towards him. Double molly out of the position. He is able to get one kill though, and that's impressive alone, all things considered. The rest of Triumph have worked their way down Banana. Now towards the top of mid. Penny had been entry fragging like a boss previously. And what on earth is Cobra doing? He just jumps out as a little play around. Maybe not the round you want to do this in, but they're still putting up one hell of a fight as Sheikh Zula has fallen. Junior needs to find a way in. He needs to find an answer for it as well. He's playing off the back of Penny, who wants to slowly make his way forward. The AWP is there, and Cynic gets it done. Pretty much a dry peek somehow still works out. And Junior, he knows he needs to make some magic happen, but he wasn't ready for that. Too slow on the reactions, and Rugratz grab a 13th round. My prediction could be true.
Sure could. We are at least getting closer. Round after round after round, and Material spot on again. They're giving up the first kill win, the first, 15 seconds of the round.
Towards B again.
Again, they find themselves in a financial situation where even my mom would be disappointed, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not good.
She had you.
Junior, though, is trying to make up for it. Nice kill. The Mag 7 now, will it work? We haven't really seen it work so far, but Sheikh Zula this time around. There we go.
Oh.
That may be exactly what the doctor ordered right here. 2 quick kills. Junior finding one as well towards middle, and that is it, right? Bomb down as well.
This should be the round.
Yeah.
Mag 7, styling on him.
Look, there are no silly rounds to be won in Counter-Strike. All rounds matter, and if you win it, it is okay. I'm not gonna discuss you. I'm not gonna argue you down. But where's the replicability of that round? How can you replicate that if you are Triumph? It all started with a great shot from Junior, and I do believe we could see that happening again. I would like to see him be a bit more aggressive, a bit more hands-on and assertive with the sniper, and he does that exactly in this round. But now Sheikh Zula, he's gone and got the famous double jumpy Max 7 squeaky boop. That's it right here. I'm not exactly sure that they can do that time and time again, but at least it's good for the morale, it's good for the money. They put their hands on now, is it, 3 AKs, and they have the double AWP. They could not need more or have more resources than in this round.
Yeah, this is the best round for them. This is the dream scenario to make a comeback in the map pick. But Rugratz, they've not really been tested that round. A one-off, but that shot is certainly not a one-off. Sheikh Zula was ready for it, got boosted above. The double AWP setup coming into play. Oh, lots of damage done. Sheikh Zula can't work it out. No way back in for him, as Penny's going to be forced off the spot as well. And this is just a tad problematic there. You see Triumph swapping up positions. Junior wants to go and put the AWP over towards B. But they're not splitting the sights too much just yet. The flash is going up. Junior needs to be careful on the side.
Just trying to drag the utility. Junior still holds on to 2 flashes, a smoke and a Molotov. Goes for the peek, misses the shot though. Great opportunity, but wants the second round. Oh, he sure wants. Can't quite get himself to do, but as said, still has a smoke, still has a Molotov. Decent amount of utility on both teams, but Rugratz, they made up their mind. They want to go in on this B bomb site, and they're coming right here, right now. Smokes goes down, and Junior will have to defend it. Good Molotov coming in.
It's gonna slow down the attack. But as we see, no rotation in sight. Ooh, this smoke will be huge. 22 seconds on the count. And Rugratz are now absolutely no choice but to jump through it. Penny waiting behind it.
Oh.
Kills good for Kablu. Second kill from him. That is huge. That right here, that headshot, that could be the difference. That could be round number 14. 2 versus 2. They have a Molotov and a smoke to play with. On the CT side, smoke and 2 kits. It is doable. Everything is on the line, James.
Everything really is on the line. Like you said, Maniac, at the beginning of this round, they had everything they could have wanted. Cobra misses the key AWP shot that was needed. He's going to go in for the next, though, and he manages to land it. It's a 1v2 now. Ryan pushing on up. He needs to hit some key shots, but he's not going to turn correctly just yet. He thinks it's safe for now. He's getting up close and personal. They're pushing him from both sides, and Rugratz handle it so well. It all came off the back of Cobra storming in, picking up those 2 kills, and fighting back with everything he had. Rugratz are up 14-12, and Triumph, well, they've got money considering the round they had in it, but this has still not been looking good for them. Even when it was in their favor, they couldn't make it work. Cobra saving the day.
I cannot overstate the importance of that second kill from Cobra against the AWP of Junior, who was ready to peek behind that smoke. It meant everything. It was literally the defining moment of the round.
All friends here. Ryan told Rugratz, nice 2v1 after his clutch on overpass. 6E clapped back with a nice exec after his Deagle triple.
Banter.
Fantastic.
This is the all-important round, though. Triumph have to win this.
Again, the double AWP setup being used by Triumph. It didn't work out the first time around. Can they change the course right here, right now? Jake Zula, willing, curious to peek towards down banana. The first grenade kind of dissuades him for that. Molotov now annoying him, disturbing him. Molding probably, burning also just a little bit. You hate to see it, but at least he's got a lot of map control. Junior opening up the round with the first kill towards Apps, and this is something we haven't seen in a long time.
Zula's the one that picked up the first kill from on the previous. It still didn't net them the round win. CJ's got away with murder here. He was hurt, but he still deals the damage onto Penny. He might try and lock him down. Cobra pulling it off as well. He's down on 1 health. This is a fantastic form being shown. B-Wheels fighting back, coming out of library, and they're all in just such awkward positions. There was so much presence towards CT spawn. B-Wheels still wanting to challenge, still expects 1 player to be here. Oh, and he's saved just then. CJ could have got the drop on him, but now it's all on Cynic. 1 versus 2. He's got an AUG in his hand and 30 seconds to play with. He doesn't have the bomb, though. It has been lost. This could be timing.
That timing in CT spawn saving his mate right there, James.
Yeah.
They may as well have saved themselves the round and the chance of not going out of the tournament. There we go. Shake takes him out. That was so close. Shake coming in, getting that kill just a second later. That would have been it. That would have been a kill. It would have been a 1-on-1, but the bomb would have been obtained. And it could have been Rugratz booking a spot into the next and deciding lower bracket round, but nope. We keep it alive, 14-13, and the money situation. I'm curious to how it's looking right now.
They rich.
There's a full buy, yeah. But both teams, look at that. Loser of this round, they're going to be in trouble. For Triumph, that could mean GG. For Rugratz, that's probably going to mean fight for OT.
It does feel like Triumph have finally found a way to stabilize the early steps of the round. A couple of entry kills have put them in a favorable position. Now, That is the 3-2 setup that I was talking about. We have Sheikh Zule and Penny towards the B-bomb side. 1 AWP and a FAMAS. And the 3 Musketeers towards the A side. It is very standard. It's very classic, conventional for Rugratz. Also quite standard map control. You see smoking deploys towards brackets as a couple of shots are being fired banana, just to keep the CTs in the dark.
Good first shot missed after the flash went out. CJ's got the pressure applied to him at least. They're going to allow the AWP to walk up and see if he can find it. Junior expects someone to be closer. He positions in the next bit of time, but that's the shot he needs to hit. Goes in for the second. Junior, he's feeling it full force. Oh, but he pulls his knife out at the wrong time. A massive punish coming in, but has he done enough? B-Wheel's up high, ready for this push to come through. He can hear the footsteps. He knows what's going on around him. But Rugratz are not going down without a fight. B-Wheels has made noise. They don't push him at the same time. He has a player above him. Now Rizu is all on his own. He went out for the fight. He tapped him up, but he couldn't frag him up. And Triumph, it's all down to Junior in those first 2 kills. That was huge.
That was nice. That was very nice by Junior. The second frag right there. That was quick. That was fast. The third one not looking so good, you know. Yeah, forgot to shoot, I guess. Got pressured in the moment. But there was the timing right there where B-Wheels could have died from balcony on top of him. The other player coming in from short should just have waited for the play.
Exactly.
It would have been a 2 versus 2, and that was definitely been winnable, but lack of communication and whatnot made it tough for them. We now have a scrappy buy, an AK-47, an AWP, 3 pistols, 2 pistols and a mech is all they have to work with. Penny will have to do the job here. Gets flashed out, and he gets taken out as well. Fantastic. Another one from Cobra. That could be it. 4 versus 3 now. Ryan has to defend this bomb site by himself.
Cobra again. He's the one that pulls off the incredible feats. Ryan spraying him out and no one's reacting. Ryan then burns himself down just to escape. 60 looking to try and push on this in some way, but he might full force for this. The AWP tags him, but doesn't frag him. It's close. It's a 2 versus 2 for the 15th round. There was little invested in this. They tried to force their way through. They didn't have all the guns in their hands. And Cynic, he's playing on the edge of the smoke. He needs to watch his back. He needs to be oh so careful. They've got the crossfire going on, but no one's going to be coming from Banana. Patiently waiting. 1 player to push up. This fire needs to hit. The smoke goes down. They expect someone to be at Banana. They can go for the fight together. And this is great now. It's all in their favor. B-Wheels, he knows exactly where 1 is. Doesn't expect the second just yet. He's gone to hide and there's no time at all. He's going to stick the bomb because it's the only option he's got. 15th round secured for Rugratz and Triumph. They falter at the hands of the Tech 9 in Cobra.
What an entry from Cobra. Also the flash, we have to mention it. It hit at the perfect timing. We see his opponent right here completely flashed, but that second one is worth so much. And then I just want to give props to Rugratz as well in that 2 versus 2 interesting setup they had, making sure they could play that 2v1 against the coil player, leaving poor last defender with no chance to retake. Rugratz now 1 round away from eliminating Trump. Trump?
Eliminate Trump.
Okay. Many people can dream of that, mate.
Oh my god.
Yikes.
I've done it to myself, didn't I?
Look, it's going to be a good meme for the future, Maniac. Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about it. If I were Triumph, though, and Trump for that matter, I would worry right now because they are 1 round away from being knocked out of the tournament. Cynic slowly but surely walking up towards Banana, and Shake, he'll have to make this Mac Daddy work 1 more time. Last time he had it, it was 2 kills. Anything else is not going to be good enough. 1 for him is not going to be good enough. He gets 1 kill and he's alone as well. And if they go in fast now, that could be it.
Ryan tries to set the pace. Rugratz already found their way in. Plenty of utility expended here. And look, they've completely clouded the vision of Triumph. They forced them back.
James. The utility is going to be the only problem for me. Rugratz have nothing to play with. Only 2 smokes. On the side of Triumph, they have 2 smokes. I mean, 2 flashes. But Triumph have the smokes and the Molotov. Is that going to be enough?
Is it going to be enough? It's a key question. They don't have the weaponry for sure. Flashes all go up. Cobra tries to go for the fight. He's been the savior over and over again. It's somehow CJ the King with a UMP, managing to pull off some amazing feats. but has it been enough? They've stuck on the bomb. The spray comes out. Why are they not going for it just yet? It's a 10-second defuse. He needs to take the shots. He needs to spray him down. He needs to make this happen. He's going to run out of time. Triumph, no! They get away with it as Rugratz fail.
Why did he stop spraying?
He probably thought he had the diffuser.
Yeah.
He realized there was another one. Heartbreaking, but we get overtime.
Okay.
We're going to a break. I forgot about it again. We'll be back in a sec.
It came off the back of a 10-second diffuse through the smoke. We thought, they thought, the world thought that it was over, but it is not. Overtime is on the cards, and we get to see more of that Inferno action. We've been blessed with some great Counter-Strike, and I cannot be more excited to see just a little bit more.
Just a little bit more. Well, at the very least, you get 4 rounds of Counter-Strike, maybe even more. Theoretically, we could be sitting here for the next 2 hours watching this game. We don't know.
Let's go.
Let's go. You down for that? In that case, it's going to be a long night, but I guess we are used to it by now. Rugratz starting out on the T side once again. They found so much success, but they were one hit away with the AK-47 from eliminating Triumph. Whereas for Triumph, it's been a struggle throughout the entire CT side. This time around, though, B-Wills has been pushed up, boosted into a nice position, but it is a one-and-done position if the opponents are not blinded. Let's see what B-Wills can do here. You'll see some action in just a couple of seconds, I'm sure.
Rugratz found so much success on their T side. That was where they really came back to life. That last round was unfortunate. They could have taken the map. They could have taken a 2-0 here. And now they start off with the opener. Junior goes down. That's the AWP taken out of the equation. Penny sat at sandbags. He might be able to stealthily deal with the damage. He gets the first kill unharmed. He's got Sheikh Zula to back him up. The intention gonna... Oh no, he's burning his teammate. What is going on? No, boys. You love a TK, don't you, lads?
Well, that was his teammate's way of saying, please do not push. Cobra inflicting some damage onto Ryan.
The harshest way of saying no, don't push.
They call it tough love. Speaking of being tough, 20 seconds on the clock for Rugratz. They have to be fast, but Cobra finds the ever so important kill towards Pit, opening up the map. CJ coming in as well with the AK. It's only going to be B-Wolves hiding behind the side. He gets the first one, dances around the smoke. Second kill, that is beautifully made by him. The more time he spends, that is it. I think he just roamed around his zone. There's no time for Rugratz to plant the bomb. Beautiful job from B-Wolves.
What the is going on? Like, what? Cobra pushed
the time.
No, but Cobra pushed in there with an orb. The error was the first one of Cobra just running into an orb straight into B-Wheel's face, and then he was able to dance all day around the rest of them.
That was beautifully made.
Yeah, he done amazing, B-Wheels. He took full advantage of it, but it was an error on Rugratz's part.
Wasn't the most coordinated attack in towards that bomb site for sure, but sometimes individual players are just going to bail you out of a position you didn't ask for in the first place. Cynic finding a kill towards the hero of last round. B-Wolves goes down through a smoke, apparently, and there we go. Shake missing a shot. Seemed like that was going to connect, but the double up setup hasn't proved to be strong enough. Junior taking some damage as well, and Triumph, they got lucky with that round, and they're being pressured to the limit right here as well.
Again, an entry frag being found by Cobra has been absolutely instrumental. Triumph have two defenders on the side. Junior has been tested, and now he's all alone against the world. First kill being found, that is the bomb. Added a second one on the tally. Repositioning towards the side. Sheikh Zula is about to get punished the hard way, and 60 could go for a second kill. It's just one that is going to be needed. 16-16.
Imagine a scenario where they didn't win that round because of B-Wolves. They'd be struggling once again, but you can feel somewhat comfortable knowing that you already got one round. You're in the run for a second one as well, and it is with these overtimes, right? It's when it's in overtime, it's only 3 rounds on each half, so it's always back and forth. It's always going to be a little bit scrappy. It's not often we see a game go into an overtime and it's going to be 19-15. It never really happens anymore, does it? It's two teams who have been so even throughout the entire game. Junior clipping him through the wall. Just doing damage, no kill. 60 lives on.
Minus 52 with an AWP. How is that?
Through the wall.
Yeah, that's a big
really strong roll. Oh no, Sheikh missing again. He is feeling flustered. B-Wills is feeling confident.
And we see the reaction. Sheikh Zula finally taking care of CJ. Six is trying to take some space with close of his left-hand side. Molotov towards library, and that's going to give him some sort of movement possibilities, but he doesn't fancy his chances. I don't really see how they can do it with double AWP. It's going to be so hard to break through the defense.
T-side AWP is hard enough on Inferno.
Double one. 4 AWPs on the server right now.
You don't see it often, especially on an Inferno. Maybe they know something we don't. Junior, he knows he's been tagged up, but he's lucky to be alive. He's been spammed up and he knows scope one, but that's all he's going to get.
What?
It's an instant battle back of a new style of warping shown here from the North American sides. Now it's a 2 versus 2 with 3 orbs in play. I don't think I've ever commentated something as wild as this. They've both got to be careful though. The player sneaking through apartments can strike at any time.
The flash is failed, but so is the shot. Cobra now holding towards Big Pit. He sees a leg. Penny shooting through the door, and now Cobra will be dropped on. 17-16 for Triumph. I'm not even sure how this round even happened. I have no idea how Rugratz were able to even make it a bomb plant scenario 2 versus 2.
Not a lot made sense in that round.
That was an interesting first half of the overtime. First round starting out by B-Wills single-handedly winning Triumph around. Then we go into a very convincing round from Rugratz, which has been the picture throughout the entire second half of the game on their T side. And then we go into this round where a bit back and forth, and as you said, that was a messy round. But at the end of the day, Triumph, they find themselves in a good position now. 17 rounds, 2 away from putting us to a third.
Rugratz dropped an orb in spawn. There's 3 in there now.
Yeah, why not? It is becoming one of these North American classic scrappy games. It started out so well. I think both teams played well. I think both teams had a good idea. try to execute the game plan.
T side, yeah.
Yeah, now we just go into overtime, which is, you know, it's overtime, James. It's a new game. Lives its own life.
We've been sent into the upside down. Well, the question becomes, how can Triumph identify the type of defense they're going up against? That's going to be the name of the game for me. I do believe that as soon as they hear at least 2 snipers, they might just regroup and exec that B-bomb site. It is very complicated to hold on to with the big green. Couple of well-used smokes, flashes as well to cut lines, and then suddenly you are on it. And it does feel like Triumph are sharing my opinion.
Push starts to come in. Cobra missing the key shot. Cynic spraying through the smoke. A bit of damage done. Cobra's looking to hang on. He needs to get a second one. That's huge. He's going in for the third as well. Oh my god, Cobra getting away with murder. Chopping him down. Junior finally puts an end to it, but Junior now wants to battle back with some of his own. He's trying to make it work, but Triumph need to get the plant on go. And 60 in such a good spot. He handles it. Bomb on the floor. And Penny, well, maybe he can get a lurk on, but as a player starting to look at him, they see him through the smoke and they shut him down.
Whew. Take a deep breath, guys.
What was that round?
I don't really know. I just have to bow and be impressed by Cobra's performance. That was absolutely magical what he just did here. The way he repositions, plays around the pillar, and then strikes in for a 3rd kill with the AWP. That is so hard to do when you have a full execute against you.
He touched his chest like, oh god, that actually happened. What is this?
I'll be doing that too.
Understandably so, yeah. That was fantastic. Not a player we talked that much about. And we've watched him play 2 games now, but he's definitely stepping it up now on 30 kills, aggressive towards Banana now with an M4 as well. In the meantime, Ryan finds a kill through a smoke, through a wall, and with a headshot. Not quite sure how, but there we go, Ryan. Today's your lucky day.
This is all falling apart.
It's too easy, right?
But Triumph, they have decided to go towards B. Look at this. There are 2 defenders. There is a world in which this all goes down. Are they gonna check Cynic? Do they wait? Great nade. That is a best start possible for them. They've been stuffing up.
No.
Cobra is out. It's all on to Cynic, and he's not gonna accomplish anything. Triumph will march towards that 18th round, at least 2 overtimes, or maybe just win the map right here, right now, pushing us onto map number 3. I mean, not now, next round.
Yeah. Overwhelmed.
I'll get there one day.
Overrun. A huge round for Triumph and a big statement round. 5 still alive, and CJ, well, he's killing, boy.
It started, obviously, with that wallbang towards Apps, and it is a little bit unfortunate, although we can argue that, you know, it is a standard line to be firing through, so you have to be careful, but then the second peek towards A, punished by Junior, that you cannot allow yourself to do. As soon as you are the only defenders of that A-bomb site, your only mission is to stay alive and buy some time for your teammates to reposition. Rugratz never had that time, they never had that opportunity. Triumph went from 1 kill to 4 in a span of 8 seconds. And now they are 1 round away from map number 3. Surviving, I want to say, on Inferno.
Surviving has been the name of the game for these guys. 1 more round left of overtime. Triumph on match point. It's their chance to close it out and take their map pick. But Rugratz, they still got to fight in this one. They got a double orb setup as well, of course.
Of course they do, and the question for me is, can you please not Molotov yourself? That would be my question. B will find an entry kill.
How many have we seen? Nice shots from Cobra, though. He's landing it with the orb. Over and over again, you've been able to rely on him on Inferno. More reliable than what we've seen from Junior. Junior's had the flashy shots. We've not had the consistent shots, though. And the big push through comes in. We look like we're going to a double overtime, unless Junior and Sheikh Zula can pull something heroic off here.
Extremely tough task. You see, they don't have any utility to play with. Junior starting the best of way possible. The bomb is planted. Oof. And now he's got the big green. He's going to have to go for kills, James. He cannot just hide.
The flashes, though, are going to force him to hide. Sheikh Zula from up high. This is exactly what they need. Junior's getting it done. Kills coming their way. And Rizu, he may have taken too long with this one. Do they know where he is? He tries to slide his way in. He's playing from both sides, but he's instantly going to get traded out. Goes in for the fight, but Junior shuts him down. 19-17, and Triumph finally pick up their map pick of Inferno. And we are going to a third and final map. It was awkward. Oh, that guy looks like DJ.
Don't think that was DJ, but that was a fantastic game of Counter-Strike right there, James. Back and forth. I think Triumph, you know, the first half they looked like the better team, the second half they did not, and it was a game that could have gone both ways, but this was some decent Counter-Strike, you know, up until the point when it got scrappy, but it does for everyone in an OT, so I don't think we can be critical to any of these teams. They played one hell of a game of a Counter-Strike, and it was exciting down to the brink.
It was definitely exciting. Well, I'm going to send us to a break, and I'm going to find out who that guy was that was imposter of DJ. We'll go to the next map, Nuke. Triumph walked away with the win on Inferno, but did they really deserve it? We're about to find out, because they fought hard for it, got to overtime, they won 19-17, but there were so many back and forth rounds, and this was supposed to be their pick, right? This was supposed to be the one that Rugratz had never played. Instead, Rugratz came in, they had the fire, they had the heat, they were ready to bring it to a whole other level, but it just wasn't enough at the end. They faltered on the last hurdle.
I think it would be unfair to say they didn't deserve to win. I think in the first half, they were the better team. Then obviously Rugratz in the second half, they were the better team. This is nice.
That's cute.
Absolutely.
Oh.
You can understand. We've all been there, right? We're trying to focus. You should never ever try to... Oh, no.
Oh, no.
But it is so sad. But the idea was so nice, right? Taking care, giving the power, the energy. I'm with you, son. I would also... You can never approach me if I'm losing. So that, I need my space when that...
That's very wholesome, let's be honest. You know, of course, it's the moms, you know, lottery sometimes, you know, not really knowing when is the right timing. I know my mom, for an example, like... You know, threatening me to cut the internet in the middle of an official game, and we've been yelling at each other, you know, but she's just trying to do whatever's best for me, and I'm sure this is the same case here.
It's a whole different topic.
That's definitely a different topic, Pim. He was getting like a nice necklace. She's being supportive. Your mum's threatening to cut the cable.
He was in the middle of a round, you know. I was in the middle of a game. You don't interrupt with that, you know.
Admittedly.
We're going on to Nuke next, though, boys. Yeah, I'll just divert this conversation elsewhere away from Pimp's mum. We don't want to get involved in that. Nuke, though, this will be the test, because for me right now, Triumph, they had it. They lost it. They came back into it on overtime. When you look at Rugratz, they probably went in with not as high expectations on Inferno anyway. Now they've got the proving ground. Now they've got the decider, which they're more comfortable to play on.
I think there's definitely two ways to look at this Inferno game. You can either decide to shed some light on Rugratz and what they have been doing correctly, because again, we pre-phased an Inferno game as supposedly a very one-sided affair, and that was not the case. So you could give them the props. But you can also talk about Triumph and giving away way too many duels, way too many openings to a team that wasn't really supposed to be good on Inferno. So now we move on to Nuke, and I'm going to hit you with some quick math. Have a logic to it. Here's why Triumph is going to win. Both teams have played against Liquid. You follow me? Both teams have lost actually 14-16 and 13-16. The team that lost 13-16 is then one round worse than the other team.
I'm going to prove you wrong here. Yeah? So you said...
Actually, that was chaos, I just realized. I thought, I'm sure someone out there is going to call me out, so I have to do it myself.
On that logic you were going to bring to the table, right, that they'd lost less rounds. Well, they played less rounds against Liquid, which means the team that played more rounds against Liquid is better, because they played against a better opposition and went through more of a painful journey. Boom.
Fact. That's why you needed to drop the fact. It was here right there for you, James.
You did it for me. That's all I need.
Are you guys done?
No.
But you got a point you want to bring, or you want to go back to your childhood story?
I think Triumph, they've worked on, you know, they warmed up and they're ready to take this victory. It's been a close game. It's been back and forth. I think Rugratz have been playing much better than I expected, but I expect Triumph to take the win here.
Well, these two think that Triumph are going to take the win, but Rugratz will certainly have the fight in them. We're going to a break once again, but when we come back, it's game time, and you'll get to hear our lovely voices.